Hello, beautiful souls, and a warm welcome to another episode of Mindset Mastery Moments with yours truly, Dr. Alisa. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic that might be the key to unlocking the love you desire. It's Valentine season. And many of us have fallen in love recently. Many of us have gone through a breakup. Whatever your status is in love right now, I invite you for me to challenge your mindset a little bit about not just your life, but your love life. We want to talk about why your belief system could be the biggest love blocker to finding love. You see, love is the most profound journey that we will embark on in our lives. Yes, choosing someone to share our journey with, whether it's short-term or long-term or forever, it can be very elusive without the right attitude and belief system, if that's what you're into, someone might say. Well, I don't know anyone who at some point was not into love and maybe have become skeptic about the whole thing because, let's face it, heartbreak has come, heartbreak has gone, and heartbreak has come and heartbreak has gone. But love is rich. It helps to enrich our lives, and it's so important. And when we deny ourselves the opportunity to share our journey with someone who we call our special, sometimes person, we might be escaping a very intricate and most meaningful part of our lives. So whether or not you're a skeptic or you truly are looking for love, this episode, I'm asking you to just jump in, because we are going to go through my top 8 love blockers in this episode, where we are going to answer the big question, which is your BS blocking the love you desire? Yeah, I'm not just talking about BS. I'm also talking about your belief systems. Yeah, both. They could be one and the same. Some of our belief systems is just pure BS. So after a moment from our sponsors, we'll be right back to dive in. All right, we are back. And with the question, is your BS blocking the love you desire? Let's unveil my top 8 love blocks. Are you ready? Number 1, I'm not worthy. I believe a lot of what we do and why we don't do it, and a lot of what we do and why we do it is attached to how much we value and what we think our worth is. Can anyone agree with me? If you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to this, give me something in the chat. You see, this is a negative belief when you think, I am not worthy. So how do we reframe that negative belief to an empowering belief? I am worthy of being loved by someone wonderful. Let's talk about what that is. The first love block of feeling unworthy is attached to, how did this belief really come about? Where did it all start? What's the root of this? If you're putting in the effort to live your life to the best of your ability, you deserve love, my friend. However, if you've hit a rough patch, it's time to rise and shine. Just let's get up from the rut, like the phoenix, Everyone is inherently worthy of love. Yes, you are, even if you have been the one that broke a few hearts. But our effort plays a crucial role. So I want you to repeat after me. I am worthy of being loved by someone wonderful. And it's time for you to step up your game and invite love in your life. Let's start there. So, I am worthy of being loved by someone wonderful. Not I am not worthy of love. Nope, I don't care what size you are, what you look like, and how many broken relationships you've been through. Let's clear this up once and for all. I am worthy of being loved by someone wonderful. Let's talk about the love block number 2. Y'all know it. Everyone cheats. I don't care what you say. Everyone cheats. And If that's what you think, you're right. Because you will just keep attracting people that will cheat on you because that's what your belief system. Did I tell you that you are created as a God-like being? You're divine and supreme in your life. And what you think, think, speak, do, become. Yeah. What you think and how you feel is going to dictate the results you get in your life. So here's how we reframe the everyone cheats block. I can find and connect with someone that believes that cheating is wrong. Again, I can find someone that believes that cheating is wrong. Let's tackle that belief that everyone cheats. It's crucial to recognize that not everyone cheats, but the fact that you keep hoping for love and keep thinking that you're confusing your level of resonance. Even when infidelity occurs, relationships can survive and even thrive. It's a challenging one that we're not going to dive into this topic, but they can. So by choosing wisely, you can find someone who shares your values and your belief that cheating is fundamentally wrong. But you've got to put it out there like that. I can find someone that believes that cheating is wrong. Your journey to love involves making conscious choices that align with your principles, my dear friend. So remember, instead of thinking everyone cheats, let's reframe it with I can find someone that believes cheating is wrong. Let's talk about block number 3. I don't trust myself to choose the right person. And that is block number 3. I don't trust myself to choose the right one. As a matter of fact, my people picker is completely off. And the last thing I want to do is including someone in my life. They can stay out here. Yeah, but around here, too close, getting to my heart. No, sir. No, ma'am. Right? In this belief, we want to reframe that because what you're really saying is that it's going back to that self-worth. And I want you to reframe with saying, I am a wise person that can attract the right person for me. I am a wise person that can attract the right person for me. Now, in this third love block, trust in yourself is core. Do you trust yourself to get up and drive to work or walk the streets or feed yourself when you're hungry, right? You do. And so you can develop that autopilot by how you think and reframe this thought. So how did the belief that you've had about yourself, how is it? And how can we help you evolve? Past choices shouldn't dictate your future. Maybe in the past, your people picker was horrible, but have you learned anything about yourself and have you evolved? You need to learn from them, become wiser, and trust that you can attract the right person. And I want you to keep repeating after me. If you're taking notes, write this down. I am a wise person that can attract the right person for me. Your journey to love is about growth and making informed decisions. Because here's the thing, you cannot make decisions above your knowledge. So your goal is to continue to educate yourself and evolve from past mistakes, or as I would say, other people's past mistakes, not taking their experience and their translation of their experience to be true, but looking at the facts that's within someone else's experience can really help when you see the consistency in experiences. And then you get to recreate those for yourself. Let's talk about block number 4. Single life is better. I, for one, have been someone who has said this to myself and about myself after becoming divorced and checking out all the crazy that was popping up in the world for singles at mid-30s. I was like, this is the Wild West. I will not do this. I will not get involved. And I thought single was better life. I don't believe singles are better life anymore. I actually believe that having a partnership with someone is that not just someone, with the right person who your core values, true beliefs are mostly, matching, and your drive and frequency and passion for life and growth and evolving and impacting is the one of the most richest experiences you can have. And so that's my belief system. So is single life better? No. But single life is whatever journey, whichever part of your journey in life you're at only becomes the better part if you make it so. And so I've learned to, number one, become the person that I want to attract. Become the person that I want to reflect and have in my partner, to become more conscious and aware of what my true values and core beliefs are, so that when I attract someone, that they are now, I'm clear of who I am. And then being single allowed me the opportunity to really work on myself, those negative blocks that we're talking about today, and realizing that that's only confusing the law of attraction in my life. And also key to really deepen the value and self-worth and self-responsibility and self-love, because they are three very confused things: self-worth, self-responsibility, and self-love. They're three different pillars, really, And so being single has been a great time for me to deepen the understanding and connection. And notice I did not say to find myself, because I was never lost. I may have lost my way, but I was never lost. So I have been able to continuously grow myself and become the loving, supportive being who's consciously aware of her worth, her values, and also her limiting beliefs, and work on them and allow for a wonderful man who we share so much in common as far as core beliefs and values. And I'm going to say that over again: core beliefs and values in life, in love, and in relationship, and even in business, as that's an important part for me, that I give myself time to connect with him. So the beliefs that single life is better, while independence is very, very valuable, is what I'm saying, the joy of sharing life with someone is very, very special. And for me, I would say it's unparalleled, because I've had the opportunity to be completely single as a young girl, and to get married, and to date my ex-husband, and then become single again, and all of it. So I have come to a conclusion, and most will say, because one of my dear friends says that the most powerful mastermind is that of a man and a woman. When you bring those together, which I would say the male and the female, which we do have both masculine and feminine energy within, but then the masculine carries most masculine energy, and feminine is supposed to carry most feminine energy if we do things right in this crazy world we live in, right? So embrace the excitement of finding love again. I really want to encourage you, and share your journey with a compatible partner. And I want you to remember, repeat after me: I am excited about finding love and sharing my life with someone else. Love is a beautiful journey that adds richness to our lives, and we all should have it. We all should have it. And so right here, we're going to take a moment to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. All right, we are at block number 5 of Is Your BS Blocking the Love You Desire? I'll have to give up too much to be in a relationship, is what that negative belief that blocks us. I'll have to give up too much to be in a relationship. I know I'm too busy with my purpose. I got goals, I got dreams, and nobody's about to mess with this. I once said this too, guys. I once said this too. But when I realized about the powerful mastermind I spoke about, when I realized how much richness and value there is in sharing my life with each other, with another person, with a man, I realized that thought of I'll have to give up too much It's just a limiting belief, because you only will have to give up too much when you have welcomed someone in your life that's not a good, proper match for you. It's not that they're not a good person. Sometimes they aren't, but they're not a good, proper match for you. So I want you to reframe block number 5 that said, I have to give up too much to be in a relationship, to every relationship has compromise, but I can minimize them by choosing someone that's most compatible for me. See, someone who's compatible for you, you will compromise and they will compromise, but you'll still meet all of your life, career, business goals. I promise you, I have seen it before. I have tried it before, and it works when you wait and you allow someone in your life that is good and compatible for you. So we want to go from I'll have to give up too much to every relationship has compromises, but I can minimize them by choosing someone compatible. Then it's effortless because you are supporting me and I'm supporting you, and we understand timing, ebb and flow. The fear of giving up too much in every relationship does involve compromises, but they shouldn't feel like sacrifices. Compromise is not like sacrifice. I think most people are afraid of sacrifices. So by choosing someone that's compatible for you, you can actually fully minimize these compromises. And once again, repeat after me. Every relationship has compromises, but I can minimize them by choosing someone compatible. It's about finding harmony and balance in love, my friend. Let's talk about block number 6. A relationship will solve all my loneliness issues. No. A relationship will not solve your loneliness issues, my friend. A relationship cannot solve your loneliness issues. Not all of them. A relationship may solve some of your loneliness issues, but not all of them. So how do we reframe that thought? I refuse to use a relationship as a solution to challenges in my life. Again, I refuse to use relationships as a solution to challenges in my life. A relationship will add more to my life than it will detract from it. Again, I refuse to use relationship as a solution to challenges in my life. A relationship will add more to life, more to my life, than it ever detracts from it. And so I think about this block, and it's like the term homosexual. The new modern day term that's called homosexuals got me twisted, because it's like, what on earth? So in case you're wondering, I have learned that a homosexual is an individual who will love bomb you into loving them so they can move in with you. And I know a few people who've gone through that, okay, and told me stories, but they survived, okay? Good thing is they survived. We also know, I was watching a video recently where women are demanding that men pay for their bills and a certain list of places they need to go. Listen, this is exactly where this limiting belief comes from, that a relationship will solve my loneliness issues or whatever issues you want to put in there. No, that's not the purpose of a relationship. And you should, as I said, reframe that to a relationship as a solution for challenges. So imagine coming out of a 2-income household where you built up so much and then becoming single again, right? I'm talking about myself here. And I had to, the struggle became real for a bit. There's videos on YouTube of me talking about my financial journey coming out of divorce. And one thing, I hunkered myself down. No, there's nothing wrong with a man providing for a woman. As a matter of fact, he doesn't want anything but to do that. A true man doesn't want anything but to do that, whatever that looks like. But we live in a very modern world where there's just so much. We've got all these bills, all these cars, all this debt, that it literally, in the most part, takes 2 incomes. So 50-50, whatever it be for you, 50-60, I don't know, whatever, but your thing is your thing. But what I was saying is this, is that I cautioned myself that my need for, number one, being lonely after being buddies and best friends and up and down and in and out with another individual, which was my ex-husband at the time. I can attract anybody because that voidness, if I sat myself down, it's like, I'm not going to do that unless this person really pops into my sphere and they're fine with just being my friend, where we just have a casual relationship from afar, meaning not necessarily in distance, but just regular. You get to know me. Hey, what's up? Not, oh, you're so cute and I love you. Yeah, I'm cute. They're cute, whatever. But that's not the vibe. Okay. They got to be willing to get to know me. And then also when I look about the finances, I'm not going to rush into a relationship because, it will bring two incomes to the table, or maybe I'll get some support. And that was not because, again, I'm Miss Independent, which I've established very well, but it's because I did not want to see having a relationship as a means to an end of whatever emotion or thing I was going through at any point. And I'm still very, very firm on it. This is how narcissists end up in your space and in your world, because those gates are left open and you're like, man, I should have known better. And man, they took advantage. But really and truly, you needed to be aware of what void you have and understanding that the relationship, if you're ever looking at a relationship to solve any of those challenges, then you're already starting that relationship with a minus. Okay. And it's very hard when you start off with a minus and you start spending, because when you get to know someone, you're spending, time, you're spending that relationship. And so if you start off on a negative, then you end up going down a total deficit. And that's where people get to that negative block of saying a relationship will solve my loneliness issues, and then it doesn't. And now you're mad at the person because they don't show up enough, they don't call enough, they're not texting you enough, they're not talking to you enough, they just too much work and all this enough because you needed them for that. You didn't want to be in a relationship with them. When you want to be in a relationship with someone, you're patient with waiting however long it takes to seeing if your core values and beliefs are matched and in alignment, number one. And that takes time, because I wrote the quote that says, I don't believe what people say, I believe what they show me, but most importantly, what they show me consistently. And so it's going to take time for consistency to be represented in any relationship, right? So there is where I want you to understand that the 6th block of a relationship will solve my loneliness issue. You need to reframe it too. I repeat, I refuse to use a relationship as a solution to challenges in my life. A relationship will add more to my life than it detracts from it. Okay. So that is block number 6. Let's talk about block number 7, right? We're coming down to the last 2. All the good ones are taken. I know I've had this with, group of girlfriends over time. It's like, girl, why is it that every time we meet a man, he's married or he's already taken? Like, all the good guys are taken. Well, that is a limiting belief and it's full of BS. I said what I said. And I want you to reframe that thought, men and women, that all the good ones are taking, to there are plenty of good people out there just waiting for me. There are plenty of people out there just waiting for me. This 7 block, the belief that all the good ones are taken, challenges this notion. There are plenty of good people waiting to connect with someone like you. So, repeat after me again. There are plenty of good people out there just waiting for me. So I encourage you to open up yourself to the abundance of potential connections. Open up yourself to the abundance of potential connections. And I say connections. I didn't say the abundance of relationships, because you're not going to. And once I let myself go, when I thought, I was ready, got my limiting beliefs, know what my core value is, value myself, I know myself, I love myself. And I came up to it. I was like, okay, God, what is it? All of the good ones are taking. Boop. BS. My belief system is blocking me. And then I took the anxiety of, who is it going to be? Am I going to connect with him? Is it that one? Is it this one? It was like, there's a wonderful, good person here. There's a wonderful, good person there. Oh my God, there's wonderful people everywhere. Even the ones who were taken when I was able to connect with them and just become a friend, a business associate, or whatever that looked like, or even just be on the bus or in the store watching people take care of each other, I was like, oh my God, there are really plenty of good people out here. Watching other marriages where people have been together for years, 20, 30, even 2 years. It's like, oh my God, and watching their bond and how they, we talk about the Black love and the power couples and all the things. I just start to see good people everywhere. I just have to allow myself the opportunity to continue to make connections until I choose a good person chooses me, and a good person for me is a good person for me. It might not be a person, might not be your taste. And let me tell you guys, can I just pause here for a second? This whole thing about type. I was reading an article from gosh, I can't remember his name. It's the guy with the beautiful eyes that's been in not Acrimony. He's been in the movie where he was staging Taraji P. Henson, and he was under a bed. He's just beautiful eyes. He's been in Too Fast, Too Furious. That's all I keep remembering, right? I could be lousy with celebrities and their names because I don't spend a lot of time. But I did read this article about him saying, my wife, who they've been together, I think now for 12 years, I'm not sure, or they've been together since 2012. He said that she was not his type. And it was so attractive. The article just pulled me in because he said she's not his type at all. Well, dude, he dated Halle Berry. He dated, I think, it did say that he dated Taraji P. Henson, and so his wife is a beautiful businesswoman from Afghanistan who's very simple, doesn't live a public life. I think she's done a bit of acting, but nothing, not too famous, very simple, but they're a beautiful couple. I don't know if they had children, but he said she was not his type. And I was like, what the heck? Who is she? So I started doing my research and I read the article. He was saying that he made the decision to love and marry and be in partnership with his wife, where he has not cheated. There hasn't been any rumors or anything about him cheating, because it was practical. It was not how she looked. It was not where she was from or how much money she had or whether she was famous enough. He has done it all. He's dated Halle Berry, for Pete's sake. Okay. And she's a very simple woman. Me, gorgeous. I think she's prettier than Halle Berry. You could go look it up. But my point is, he said she was not his type because he probably has a type. The uberly successful, famous actress type, I guess, because when we look at the list, maybe that's type. I don't know. My point is, he said practical. And when someone says practical, what he's basically saying is that she loves me the right way and I love her the right way, and we connect. Our core values, true beliefs connect, and on an everyday life, I can spend the rest of my life with this woman. I can achieve all my goals with this woman. And there was even a part in this article where someone asked whether or not his wife gets jealous because of all the romantic scenes he might have recorded in his movies. And his response was, no, she doesn't get jealous. She just asks, when do I get to do a makeout scene? And he says to her, oh, well, yeah, you can when you get paid for it. I have not made out with anyone but you that I was not paid for, right? And so it's just really, really cool hearing that from someone of his stature. And he is a gorgeous being. Always thought he was very attractive. And again, I find a lot of people in Hollywood attractive, and I meet a lot of people in my day-to-day life that's beautifully, aesthetically attractive. And I always say I don't have a type, and then family members and friends are like, yeah, you got a type. You like the pretty boys. I don't know. That's what they might think. But what I do know is that what's most important to me is me being able to connect with someone on a spiritual level, with core values, true beliefs, and our mission and purpose in life is clear, defined, and we can grow and glow together, right? That's me, right? So let's talk about number 8. This one right here, boy. I can change someone else. Okay, guys, if you're my age, if you're in your 40s, I'm 43, I'm very proud, have no issue stating my age. Have y'all learned yet? Have you learned yet? I don't care where on the planet you are listening to this, especially women. I sisters, don't be offended, but mostly us, we want to change. Now I've met a lot of men because I do have a lot of my friends of the opposite sex throughout my life. It's just where I've been. I've been blessed to have that front row seat to watching them mess up and mock up stuff, but that's neither here or there. But let's say this, you can't change someone. I've seen people, go down on their knees after being with someone for 2, 3 years, 7 years, 8 years, whatever, and marrying someone who completely was always just a nag and stopping and limiting them and torturing them. And it's always an accusation, all that, especially again, women, gorgeous women, but this woman was just not right. But just because they've been with them so long, or they think that, okay, maybe they just want the ring, so I'm going to go ahead and marry them so they can shut up and we can just keep this show going, get this, I can actually just do my thing, live my purpose and win and have a beautiful wife and kids at home. And, and then there's the women who are like, you know what, he's a little bit of ho-ho, but once we get married, he's going to settle down. Or once we have kids, he's, that's going to become part. No, now you got kids, he's cheating more because your body's out of shape. He don't really have time for you. You're too busy with the kids. You don't have time for him. Now he's cheating even more. No. You cannot change someone. You can't. I want you to reframe the I can change someone. Or, you know what? Let's say you learn and you don't think you could change anyone, but you're like, oh, it's just time. They'll see. They'll see my worth. They'll see my value. They'll see that I'm loyal. They'll see that I would do anything for them. No, friend. No, sis, no, bro. They will not see. They are who they are, and they'll only change if they want to. And they can change for a while and change back. So let people be who they are. And that's why you take your time and let them show you consistently over time who they are. And that's when you make a decision with your head that you're going to put your heart in line with this person. Okay. So the reframing and empowering belief I want you to have is, I can find someone to love that is wonderful just as they are. You see, you wanting to change someone is also unfair to them. Let's just say, maybe the person doesn't dress right, but maybe they don't know. But as you get to know them, they're like, man, I love your style, Alisa. You're so fashionable. That's my goal, to become fashionable. I started looking up online, looking at men's fashion. And okay, so that's a person who's actively trying to change, because maybe he's come from a life that did not have him, his family didn't raise him to think, well, you know what, you need to dress the way you want to dress, but you need to be dressed the way you want to be addressed, and all the things that my mother taught me. Just as long as you had clothes on. This might be his thing. But as he evolves in his passion and in his drive, here we go, right? He's looking for it. So now if you're adding to that, it's not the same as trying to change him. It's like, you really need to dress better. You always look so dirty. What's wrong with you? Now you're just trying to change them. And that person, even if they look dirty to you, they're not your person. Leave them alone, because they deserve to be loved just as they are. And so the reframing mindset is, I can find someone to love that is as wonderful just as they are. The desire to change someone, it's just let that go. Acceptance is key to lasting love. Let me tell you something, and no one is perfect. People are going to come with an array of attributes and habits and behaviors that just does not click for you. When it gets to be that way, they're not your person. But I'm not saying you're going to like everything about them. But you got to make sure that whatever it is about them, even if you don't like it, that you can live with it. Okay? That you can live with it. And so I can find someone to love that is wonderful just the way they are, is the way we reframe our mindsets. I want you to embrace individuals for who they are, where you can foster healthy and fulfilling relationships based on understanding the key, which is acceptance. I have learned, because as a young girl, I was like, oh my God, I don't like this. Why do you do that? Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. And I'm just trying to change it. I literally have had the journey of watching people try to change people, even in the work environment. I'm like, the only reason you were so stressed is because you constantly want people to be something that you want them to be, instead of sitting back and watching who they are and let them show up in your world. And then you decide how to be in relationship with them. Now, you don't get to change your coworker, and often, unless you're the manager, you don't get to pick them. But in love, you do. You're not a tree. Move on. We'll be right back after a moment from our sponsors. All right, we're back, we're back, we're back. And so I just want to remind you as we close out today's episode that you are worthy. We start with the little first block of saying, I'm not worthy. I want to remind you that you are absolutely worthy of the love that you desire. And that is the only thing you should welcome. Become clear about your worth and who you are. And if you're single, spend some time reflecting on what you truly desire. Become that person. Love yourself. Become aware of who you are, all your superpowers, all your nags, creaks, crooks, and crannies, as much as you can, because it's a journey. And then welcome individuals. Welcome connections. Give yourself time to connect with individuals. See who they are. Let them show you consistently. Don't try to change them. Just give them the opportunity to unveil themselves and be amazed every day that they show up in your life. Be amazed and just intrigued by who they are. And if that person resonates with you, and let me say, you're going to have to show yourself too. And that's where the magic happens, when two people choose each other because, hey, I value you and I value how you show up in my life and in my world, in my life, my love, my career, and my business. And there's a good start. But if you're already in a relationship, it's not the one for you. You got to do some planning, and you're going to have a conversation and let that go, because you deserve the love that you seek. My friends, we've come to the end of another episode of Mindset Mastery Moments. And I want to tell you that today, these love blocks that you've listened to, yes, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I have prepared something that's called How to Attract Love. I think it's called my top 8. Let me double check that. Let's see what we called it. We called it my top 8 love blocks and how to turn them around. My top 8 love blocks and how to turn them around. They're on my website at alisawhyte.com under free gifts. And the link directly to that download for free gifts is going to be right here in the description where you're listening and watching. And I want you to go through those and answer these questions for yourself and reframe. You can change the words a little bit, but reframe the BS. Reframe the belief systems. Find out where they come from. Dig them up. If you find yourself a little stuck, no, I'm not a relationship or love coach, but I'm definitely a mindset coach. And I will help you get unstuck with these blocks, because when it comes to mindset, it involves and it's encompassed by every aspect of our life, and it's affected and it affects every aspect of our life. So I encourage you to go ahead, download the freebie I've made for you, my top 8 love blocks and how to turn them around, and answer the question, is your BS blocking the love you desire? I'm Dr. Alisa Whyte, your host, right here at Mindset Mastery Moments. Subscribe, like, share, send a comment. Let us know what you thought about this episode. Let us know what you think about the podcast. We just received exciting news that we were placed in the top 60. We've got the top 10 spot in the top 60 top mindset podcast in the world. We're so grateful for that. So we want to read, we want to know your feedback. We want to know some questions. If you got questions about this, drop this in the comments when you're watching it live on YouTube or even on the podcast. We will track those down and we'll answer those for you soon. Shoot me an email at info@alisawhyte.com if you got a question. And then let me know. Send a request to book a one-on-one with me so we can get you unstuck. Just for 30 minutes, absolutely free of charge, I can help you work through some of where you're stuck in your belief systems that may be blocking the love you desire. Until next time, I wish you love, light, peace, and abundance of blessing. And may the love that you seek be in your sphere soon. Bye now.